Hey friends, good morning. I am going to show you the materials that you need to work on your performance task for Standard 8 today. So in the Thursday folder, you're going to see your to-do list that tells you what you need to do in Envisions. And then today, instead of a practice sheet from Envisions, we're going to do this performance task. So the performance task is here. It's a Google Slides assignment. So you can upload either a photo of your supporting work, a screenshot of your work if you use the virtual math manipulatives, or you can type directly on the slides if you like as well. This is what the performance task looks like when you open it up. Demonstrate the reasoning. Reasoning means thinking. Demonstrate the reasoning or thinking used in solving an addition or subtraction problem involving decimals through hundredths. So all this is an addition problem involving decimals. So it says, here is one way to add 2 and 39 hundredths and 3 and 57 hundredths. 2 and 39 hundredths plus 3 and 57 hundredths. 2 and 39 hundredths plus 3 plus 57 hundredths. 5 and 39 hundredths plus 57 hundredths. 5 and 39 hundredths plus 50 hundredths plus 7 hundredths. 5 and 89 hundredths plus 7 hundredths. 5 and 96 hundredths. Number 1, explain why this way works. So we're going to look at that in just a second. Number 2, find 2 more ways to add 2 and 39 hundredths and 3 and 57 hundredths and explain why each way works. So this is a pretty intense problem. First, we're going to have to explain this strategy, why it works. Then we're going to have to find 2 more ways to solve the same problem. And when it says explain why each way works, I want to make it clear that your explanation can be in pictures, numbers, or words. And I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so let me show you the tools that you have available. If you click back to the Thursday folder, you can see that I put a link here to our virtual math manipulatives. I'm going to click on this link and I'm going to choose to work with my base 10 blocks. Although you could also work with the placed value discs, and I think either would probably work. Actually, let me try these. Let's see how these go. Okay, so this tool gives you a place value chart. And I'm going to adjust the place value chart so that it includes decimal amounts. So if I click this box here that says thousandths to ones, it's going to change to a place value chart that includes ones, tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So I'm going to have to make sure that I remember that there is a decimal point in between any amount that I represent in the ones place and any amount that I represent in the tenths place. Now, the only thing I don't like about this tool is that it doesn't seem to include a pen tool. So work with me on that. Okay, I'm going to build 2 and 39 hundredths to start with. 2 and 39 hundredths. So that's composed of 2 ones. And then I need 3 tenths. That looks like these little brown guys. 3 tenths. And then 9 hundredths. And these are the yellow ones. Now, hopefully you guys are watching this video and pausing it as we go and building this along with me. So you should have your very own work so that when we're done, you can take a screenshot of it and upload it to the Google Slides assignment and submit that as your supporting work. Okay, so I have 2 and 39 hundredths represented here. 2 ones, 3 tenths, 9 hundredths. No, these are thousandths. I didn't do that right. Apologies. Let me pause so I can fix it. Okay, so I just demonstrated to myself the importance of double checking your work. So now I have 9 hundredths here, whereas before when I was using these little yellow discs, that was not right. Those are thousandths. My bad. Okay, now I'm going to build my other addend, which is 3 and 57 hundredths. So I need 3 groups of ones. I'm going to kind of separate the 2 addends at the top of the place value chart and the bottom of the place value chart, because I think that will help me keep track of my work a little bit better. So 3, then I need 5 tenths. Let me make sure I'm doing it correctly. 1. You guys build this along with me, please. When you take a screenshot of your supporting work and upload it, I don't want to see a screenshot of my work. I want to see your work. All right. So there we have 5 tenths, and then I need to build 7 hundredths. Okay. Now, 1 addend is here, 2 and 39 hundredths. The other addend is down here, 3 and 57 hundredths. Now I'm going to use these discs to show you how we can regroup these and move them around to get the sum. So first, I'm going to show 2 and 39 hundredths plus 3 wholes, because that's how the solution was done. So first, they basically added the whole numbers because that is easy to do. So let's move these up so that we have kind of a running total. This gives us 5 and 39 hundredths. I know I need to use this place value word because I don't have anything in my thousandths place. So this is the place value word that I use. 5 and 39 hundredths. Next, I'm going to add 57 hundredths to this addend. And I'm going to break that up into 2 steps. So I'm going to do 5 and 39 hundredths plus 50 hundredths. So we're basically skip counting here because I've got 5 and 39 hundredths, 5 and 49 hundredths, 5 and 59 hundredths, 5 and 69 hundredths, 5 and 79 hundredths, 5 and 89 hundredths. 5 and 89 hundredths is what I have now. 5 and 89 hundredths. Now I'm going to add my 7 hundredths. So 5 and 89 hundredths, 5 and 90 hundredths. So now I have a group of 10 hundredths here, and I need to bundle them and regroup them into the tenths column. So I'm going to take an additional, this tenths disc is going to replace this group of hundredths. If we were doing the traditional US algorithm, that would be carrying, right? Carrying the 1. So these have been replaced by 1/10. So I can move them out. Okay, where am I at now? I've got 5 and 9/10, which is the same as 5 and 90 hundredths. 5 and 91 hundredths. 5 and 92 hundredths. 5 and 93 hundredths. 5 and 94 hundredths. 5 and 96 hundredths. 5 and 97 hundredths. So the grand total is 5 and 96 hundredths. Yeah, that's what I have here. So your job is to come up with a way to explain why this strategy works using pictures, numbers, or words. Okay? Now we need to find 2 more ways to add 2 and 39 hundredths and 5 and 30 and 3 and 57 hundredths. So now I can go back to my base 10 blocks. This is another way to build it, right? I could build it using these base 10 blocks. So I like this tool because it has a pen option. Oh gosh. So I'm going to record 2 and 39 hundredths plus 3 and 57 hundredths. And then I'm going to build those 2 amounts. Those are my 2 add-ins. Add-in number 1, add-in number 2. So here I have my 2 holes plus my 3 holes, and each hole is represented with one of these squares. So I have a total of 5 to start with. So I can record that with this equation: 2 plus 3 equals 5. And that leaves me with 39 hundredths plus 57 hundredths to add. So if I'm going to do 39 hundredths plus 57 hundredths, now I'm going to have to build that. So I need 3 tenths and then 9 hundredths to start with. Okay, so I have my 3 tenths. Each of these sticks of 10 here, that represents 1 tenth. 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths. And then 1 hundredth, 2 hundredths, 3 hundredths, 4 hundredths, 5 hundredths, 6 hundredths, 7 hundredths, 8 hundredths, 9 hundredths. As soon as I have a group of 10 hundredths, I'll have to bundle it together into a tenth. And that's my regrouping. So now I'm going to build 57 hundredths, which is composed of 5 tenths and 7 hundredths. So there's my 5 tenths. You guys build this along with me. Pause the video, build it along with me, then come back to me. 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay. Now, no math tool is perfect. This tool isn't perfect. A calculator is not perfect. There's limitations to each one. So you have to pick the one that works the best for you. Here we have 57 hundredths, and now we're going to combine our tenths first. So 3 tenths or 30 hundredths, they have the same value, plus 5 tenths is going to look like this. Let's see. So that's 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths. Okay, that was simple enough. Now, as soon as I move this, move one of these hundredths over here, now I have a bundle of 10 hundredths, which is the same as 1 tenth. So that means I need to add another tenth to this. Now I'm up to 9/10. And how many hundredths do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So this, when I add these two amounts, I get 96 hundredths. And then I'm just going to add that on with my whole numbers. Last step is we'll take a screenshot of this and upload it to our document. Whoops, that's not right. Five and 96 hundredths. Okay, so I'm actually going to have to take two screenshots. 1, 2. Now I've got my picture right here, so if I see a screenshot of my work on your performance task, I'm not going to be happy. But see here, add your first solution here, so I can upload my screenshot to where it says add your first solution. And then here I'm going to add my second solution. And here on the first slide, use this space to show your thinking for why this strategy works. So slide number 1, show your thinking for why this strategy works. Slide number 2, upload your second strategy. Slide number 3, upload your next strategy. So that's the last thing we have to do. So for me, it's pretty easy. I can just click insert image, upload from computer, click my recents, and it's going to be here with my screenshots. There they are. Nice and easy. Okay. So I think I've got two screenshots, one on top of the other here. Just got to make them a little smaller. Where's my other screenshot? There we go. Yeah, they were on top of each other, so I can just do that. All right, and then next solution, let's do this really quick. Okay, so for those of you who like things to be short and to the point, you will like this because all you have to do for this next strategy is use your good old traditional US algorithm. 2 and 39 hundredths plus 3 and 57 hundredths. Notice I'm stacking up my numbers by place value. My hundredths are in a stack. My tenths are in a stack. My decimal points are in a stack. And my ones are in a stack. Then you just go along and add 9 hundredths plus 7 hundredths gives me 16 hundredths. 16 hundredths regroups to 1/10 and 6 hundredths. So I have to carry the 1. 1/10 plus 3/10 plus 5/10 gives me 9/10. My decimal point drops down. If you leave this out, your answer is wrong. 2 plus 3 is 5. Take a screenshot, upload it. And that's it. So you guys make me proud. Do a good job. Let me know if you need any help. And it's almost vacation. Woo!